Hey, all stars, happy Monday. Jack and James just went out on a walk quick, so I figured I'd pop on quick before we have our power half an hour here and tell you how I woke up this morning to 81 new leads, people who I have never met in my life, people who live in about 4 different states, at least who I've been able to tell so far. I'll have to do a little bit deeper digging, but it looks like I've got Kentucky, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, and actually North Dakota. So I guess is that 5? So I want to tell you about this because that's what I woke up to. These are 81 people who I've never met in my life who are interested in learning more about pure romance. And so if you want to know how I did that, stay tuned because we're going to talk about this and I'm going to keep this super quick, all right? Because I want you to pop onto the Power Hour tonight at 7:30. So basically, here's the dealio, yo. What happened is I got my butt kicked a little bit because I've been listening to Brittany Dunham. I've been listening to Dana McWilliam. I've been listening to Courtney Huron. I've been listening to Hope Hansen and all the rest of y'all Megan Brass, some of y'all that have been doing a lot of online parties, right? And a lot of people have adopted the Tiffany Ransom party style, which is pre-recorded. It's a series of posts that are pre-scheduled. It is literally like hands-free in terms of you kind of set it, you don't forget it because you got to like be in Messenger and talking to people. But it is the definition of true freedom because what you're doing is you're setting up these events. You have things pre-recorded, pre-scheduled. They're posting throughout the week. And then you are following up with people. So I got my butt in gear. I decided, okay, I'm going to take a look at these scripts that Brittany Dunham and Dana McWilliam are using to book parties in the first place. All right. So I went through my oh my gosh, what am I trying to say here? My survey entries. All right. So if you've been participating in our online events, when we've been doing online parties, bingo night, the Q&As, all these different things, if you've been hitting those hard, like I have, then, I have like dozens and dozens of people that have filled out the survey for different things to receive entries for free product whenever we do an all-star event. If you're not hitting those, this is your reminder that this is what it's all about. It's your opportunity to really hone in on some leads. So hi, Shayla, how are you? Hey, Catherine. Hey, Alyssa. So what I did is I went through all of those people who filled out those surveys over the last several months, and I hit up those who said they were interested in having a party because I hadn't been stacking parties like I probably could have. And so I did that. I hit up people in my VIP group. I went through my Facebook friends list. So even if you don't have a VIP group yet, or you haven't participated in any of our events, which why aren't you? I would really encourage you to do that. It's plug and play. But I went through my Facebook friends and I started messaging people using the scripts that Dana McWilliam and Brittany Dunham have used, which is basically there's this new party format I'm testing out. I don't know if it works. Would you help me test it out as a hostess so I can see how this is going to go? Is basically the gist of it. If you need the scripts, they're at pureromanceallstars.com in the library. They also are in the Holy Grail document. We also pop them up at every Pure Romance Power half an hour that we do. And so go take a look at them. But I basically started sending those out. I went to the Power half an hours. I'm walking the talk. I'm messaging my people, hello. And I ended up booking, my goal was to have 7 parties a week, just to stack them on top of each other. Because then when you have 7 online parties happening at the same time, if you have them pre-recorded, pre-scheduled, then all you're doing is, you're leveraging your time. All right. So I had 7 hostesses set up. I set them up last night, literally before I went to bed. I sent them their group that I had set up for them and told them to invite their friends. And this morning I have 81 people already who've accepted the invite. So you might be thinking, Jana, what is that even? What's the deal with that? Here's the amazing part. Those are 81 people that were invited by someone else. So I've never met them before that are interested enough to accept an invitation to an online event. So they're clear, if they weren't interested at all, they wouldn't accept the invitation. So those are 81 people who I'm probably going to make some sales this week. Now it's actually over 100 because that was this morning and there's over 100 now, but I'm probably going to make some sales this week. Let's be real about that. But even if I didn't, even if those 7 parties that I have going right now are total bust, I don't even freaking care. Maybe I'll care a little bit, but I mostly don't care because that's 100 plus people who I can follow up with, who I can, get maybe at least half of them into my VIP group or into the Empower, Educate, Entertain group, who I can send a private message to and start those conversations because they've already raised their hand and said they're interested enough to check us out, to check out a presentation. So I want to ask you, when's the last time that in one day you grew your leads funnel by 100 people? When's the last time that you added 100 plus people to your funnel? Because it had been a minute for me, and I'm telling you, this was not that hard. Yes, it required, actually doing the thing, sending some messages. But what's so amazing about doing this type of an event is that you have other people that are leveraging your time with you. This is going to be what our new referral program is going to be like, actually, is because your hostesses, it's not you, going out into the internet and addressing all these strangers. It is someone who is partnered with you, who's bringing people to you to check out the business. Like, how freaking cool is that, you guys? So whether you're doing online parties, in-home parties, no parties, I would encourage you to take a look at this. And if you're not sure where to start with it, oh, my family's home, here they come. So it's gonna be quick. So if you're not sure where to start with this, what you're gonna wanna do, I'll link it up in the event description, or in this video description again. But basically you wanna check out Tiffany Ransom's online party. You wanna check out Dana McWilliams' presentation and scripting that she has for this, and come join us at the Power Half an Hour, which is happening in a little less than an hour. We do these twice a week where you can actually sit down with us and message people. We give you scripts. Just do it, you guys. I'm telling you, it's not what I love about this business. I won't say that it's easy, because the discipline is actually the hardest part, but it's not rocket science. I worked in the cornfields detasseling corn when I was a teenager. That was hard. I worked as a nonprofit lobbyist, knocking on doors and getting doors slammed in my face all day. That was hard. But this is, it's determination, it's being consistent, it's actually doing those income producing activities, and that's what we're here to help you with. So I have 100 new leads today, you guys. And again, some of them are going to buy from me. Some of them are probably going to join our team. Some of them are going to host parties with me and introduce me to brand new people. But even if I have a big fat 0 for sales this week, which I will not, but even if I did, I still would be happy as a clam, because I have 100 plus new people who were introduced to me that now I can continue to go forward with that relationship. So I really want to encourage you to look at these events like that. I hear so many brand partners get upset because, oh my God, I'm doing all these parties and no one's buying and if no one's ever buying, then we probably want to take a look at a few things. But here's the deal. Like, it's not necessarily about that. It is the long game, especially if you're doing online stuff, because it is all about leveraging your time, marketing, filling your funnel, and then they will eventually, again, purchase, book, or join your team. They will. So anyway, that is my little story. 100 plus leads today so far. I'm not done yet. You can do this too. Join us at 7:30. I want to hear what your goal is. How many people do you want to add to your leads list this week? And this isn't even really leads list. Like, leads are people, these are people who've actually raised their hand and said they've expressed interest, right? They actually are interested in learning more. So these are actually full on prospects, even better than a lead. So I'm so excited about this. I wanted to just share with you, because I want you to shift your mindset a little bit about some of this stuff. And if you're not currently diving into stacking these parties in a way that is completely scalable, and for you to leverage your time, you guys, I could go spend the next 2 weeks in Mexico and I could still run these parties, because they're pre-scheduled. They are pre-recorded. I'm doing everything in Messenger. I'm shipping everything from the warehouse in Cincinnati. You can do this, all right? I know you can do this. And Dana's been knocking out, I think, like over $6,000 a month just doing like these little online things. So I'm here for it. I'm so excited. I want to know what your goals are, and let's go do this. Love you guys. Bye.